for Liberty had a town hall here in New York City on the Upper East Side. Council members, city council members here, and some assemblymen and women were trying to shut this thing down because they don't agree with Moms for Liberty, who say we don't want all this other stuff in schools. We just want you to focus on reading and math and the subjects that our grandparents used to focus on.
Seems logical.
Right. Especially when you look at efficiency rates and statistics, and kids are not where they need to be when it comes to some of these subjects. So they came here to talk to the parents, and they wanted those protesters to come in and have a discussion. But the protesters refused. They were outside. They were yelling and calling them an anti-hate group. Watch this.
5, 6, 7, 8. New York,
It's been all over the press that Moms for Liberty are having their town hall here tonight. Well, many people in New York City don't agree with their values or their views and how they're fighting back against what's happening in our schools. So there are lots of protesters here.
Moms for Liberty, when you look at what they have done in states like Florida, they are a hate group.
What does your sign say?
Moms for Liberty, stop the stupidity. Everyone in there is being hypocritical.
These women have a history of being pro-segregation.
The protesters are yelling all kinds of things. They're saying that y'all are against trans kids, that you are anti-Black history, saying all kinds of things about your group. What's your response?
It's nonsense. We just let it roll. It's made up. They want to silence us.
That's why we do these town halls in this manner. It's open to the public. We're live streaming it. Anyone that wants to see it can watch. And I invited people out on the street that were yelling at me to come upstairs, to have a seat, and to listen to hear some people who really love New York City and want to see every kid learn to read in school, what some of the solutions we're going to pose are. And, you know, that person turned me down, but I'm not going to stop asking.
Whatever the heck is being talked about in that building is not what we are interested in hearing about.
We need to return to classic education. We need to take ideology out of the classroom. We need to, restore critical thinking.
Nationally, only a third of kids in fourth grade are reading on grade level, but in New York City, that's even less. There's only a quarter of kids in fourth grade that are reading on grade level. So there's a real problem here in public education, and it needs to be addressed.
The national education assessment scores have gone down over the time period where we've been increasingly political in the classroom.
You don't believe in liberty if you want to ban books. You don't believe in liberty if you're afraid of teaching history.
What do you say to the protesters out there?
It's a shame. I think they're missing out on, an opportunity for dialogue, because when you're screaming at somebody, it's hard to really pay attention to what they're saying. A lot of cases, I think the people that they claim to represent, I teach those kids.
I had some people challenge me and said I shouldn't speak here because these people believe all these weird things. I said, well, why don't you come and listen to what I'm going to say? No, there's no way I'll go. So then you don't really want to know what's being said.
Why are you here tonight?
Because we're parents, and this is a parents' town hall, and parents in New York City have been disenfranchised. We've never had a seat at the table. We are not transphobic. We are not racist. We actually just have points of views that might be different from yours. So let's talk about the issues.
Why are you here?
I'm here to see what Moms for Liberty is about, and anything that has to do with protecting our children, I want to do.
I'm worried about our parental rights being taken away. I'm worried about the government having the last say when it comes to our children. And that's not the way we, the people, designed this.
Why are parental rights such a threat to some people in America? I think it's ridiculous that what we're doing is controversial, that we want to talk about the fact that our schools aren't meeting the needs of kids. And we should be working together to fix that.
So people from all parties were there on all different sides.
Some of the people inside were liberals. They were on the Community Education Council, and they wanted to speak there because they said Community Education Council is like our school board here in New York. And they were liberal, and they said, we really like Moms for Liberty. They're not anti-LGBT. They're not anti-Black history. They just want schools to teach our kids. Our kids are falling behind, and it's important. One of the guys is a teacher up in the Bronx at a charter school, and he said that he works for the school. The parents are so happy when their kids in the Bronx get accepted to the charter school. He just wants them to be better readers, better mathematicians.
Yeah, the charter schools are the key to that. Well, and they should be opening up more.
Yeah, and I even talked to two of the ladies there who are the presidents or the leaders with Moms for Liberty. They got Patriot Awards at our last award ceremony, Tiffany and Tina. They said, this is 2024. We're not anti-LGBT. She said that's what they want to paint us as, but we're not. We have kids too. This is 2024. Yeah. We just don't want our young kids to be taught that.
Nikki Haley coming up.